My dear students, once more I am present here to take your new video of the new chapter. The chapter is Latitudes and Longitudes. A globe is a three-dimensional model of the Earth. Three-dimensional model of the Earth means the Earth is a sphere. The globe is a sphere too. The earth rotates round its axis and the globe also rotates and it is mounted on an axis. The rod on which the globe rotates represents the earth's axis. The axis is an imaginary line passing through the center of the earth on which it rotates from west to east. And there are two ends which the globe rotates. One at the top and another is at the bottom. The top one is called the North Pole and the bottom one is called the South Pole. The axis is not vertical but it is titled as an angle. Now we see the equator. What is equator? The equator is an imaginary line which goes round the earth and is equidistant from the poles. Equidistant from the poles. This imaginary line divided the earth into two equal parts. The part from the equator up to the north pole is the northern hemisphere and the south is the southern hemisphere. Now we see latitude. What is latitude? The imaginary circular lines parallel to the equator running east-west around the globe is called the latitude or parallels of latitude. The equator is assumed to be at 0 degree latitude and parallel from the equator to the north pole are called the north parallels or the north latitude, and those from the equators to the south pole is called the south parallels or south latitudes. Now we see beside the equators there are four other important latitudes are there. This one is the Tropic of Cancer, (23 and half degree north). Next one is the Tropic of Capricorn. The Tropic of is 23 and half degree south. third one is the Arctic Circle. Arctic Circle. (66.5° north). The Arctic Circle. Fourth one is the circle. 66 and south. Now we see the equator is the longest, that is, as we move towards the north or the south on its sides of the lines go on decreasing and finally reduce to a dot at the pole. Thus there are 181 lines of the latitude. Now next is longitude. Now we are discussing about the longitudes. Longitudes means the imaginary semicircle line joining the North Pole and the South Pole are called lines of longitude or meridian of longitudes. The line which passes through the Greenwich near London is called the prime meridian. It is the line of 0° longitude from which east-west distance is measured. For the sake of convention, 180 lines of the longitude are taken at a distance of 1 degree each to the east of the prime meridians, and also 180 lines to the west, east and west, to the west of the prime meridians. Thus there are 360 lines of longitudes in all, including the east and the west. So the part of the east of the prime meridian is called the eastern hemisphere, and the part of the west prime meridian is called in the western hemisphere. Now the longitudes do not run parallel to each other but meet at the two poles. The lines of longitude are farthest apart of the equator, but their gap gradually decreases when we move towards the poles. This chapter is up to enough today, this much, and we are moving ahead. More to know, something more we have to know from the chapter is given here. Latitudes are parallel to each other and these never meet. Latitudes are of equal length. The equator is the longest latitude, 0°, and each circle becomes smaller towards the poles, which are mere points 90° north and 90° south. The distance between the two parallels is always equal. Each longitude is a semicircle and the distance between two meridians does not remain constant. Try to read these more to know and try to understand and prepare properly. And any problem will be, I try to remove your problem in next video. Thank you very much. Having a good day.